Hey, it's Dr. Ryan, and you've been prescribed a cervical orthotic. We have three different kinds. This is the foam wedge. This is an extension and compression unit. This rubber part goes over the forehead. I'll talk about that in a minute. We have the cervical dental roll. There are different sizes of it. The yellow one is the kids one. We've picked the right size for you. And we have the apex orthotic. And depending on the type of problem in your neck would determine which of these devices we give you. The idea of this is to use this orthotic at the level of C6, unless we tell you otherwise. So the C6 vertebrae, that's the sixth cervical vertebrae. If you tip your head down and feel for the vertebrae that sticks out the most, that's C7. You'll feel one big bump at the bottom. Go right above that, and that is C6. And the top part of these units will press directly into that. How do you sit them on the ground? Well, the wedge has a line on the bottom. That line goes on the ground, and the tallest part of it goes away from your body. So if I'm going to lay down with my head at this end, that's how it sits. The apex orthotic, if you look at it from the side, it has one side that's longer than the other. The side that's longer is the side that goes away from the body. So it would go that way. And the cervical orthotic, on this one, it says shoulders this side. So that one goes laying down this way because my shoulders would be on this side of it. So I'll show you with the apex, but they're all identical. And what you want to do is you want to find a soft spot, but not a bed. If you go lay on a bed to do this, your upper body's heavy, it'll sink into the bed, it'll actually just push your head forward. So this is a yoga mat, you can do it on a carpeted ground, but not something so soft as a bed. When you do lay down on this, the idea is to find that C6 vertebrae, lay down on it. Now you can place your hands on your chest, you can place them on your stomach. I like to have my knees bent. Most people will find, watch what happens to my head if I straighten my legs. You can see it pulls on that spinal cord. We want the spine to be in a more relaxed position. So knees bent, tuck your hips under so that your back is flat. Don't open your arms this way. It'll create tension in the nerves at the base of the neck. So I usually just have them lie here and I take some deep breaths. The goal is to stay on this for 1 minute the first day and then increase it by a minute each day. To get off of it, what you're going to do is you're going to roll to the side to come off and then up to a seated position. Don't jump right up into your feet. Lots of people have challenges with that as they, with the head tipped back and they get up too quick, they end up actually pretty dizzy. If you're using this one here, what you end up doing is you actually put it over your forehead here so that it adds a little bit of tension and extension into the neck. The idea of these exercises is to help change the shape of the ligaments in your neck. So we can do the adjustment to take pressure off the nerve to allow the brain to control the body normally. You can do exercises to support the muscles, but there really isn't anything other than these corrective devices to be able to get that curve back. A lot like an orthodontist uses braces to change the shape of the teeth, you'll use these things to change the shape of that neck. Now, how long should you do it? How often should you do it? You want to do it a minute a day, up to 12 to 15 minutes. 12 to 15 minutes is the goal amount of time. Now, frequency is actually more important than amount of time. So I would rather, the gold standard is 5 times a week, 12 to 15 minutes. That's the gold standard. 3 times a week would be a minimum standard at 12 minutes. But if you had to do only 3 to 5 minutes, then I'd rather you did 3 to 5 minutes 6 or 7 times a week than once a week at 12 minutes. So frequency trumps length of time. Again, the gold standard is 5 times a week, 12 to 15 minutes. If you get dizzy, if you get a headache, if you get pain, if you get numbness and tingling in the fingers, I want you to stop and talk to us about it. ask us questions about how to modify accordingly. The idea is to start easy, work your way up, be consistent with it. You'll be very, very happy with the results. All right, guys. As always, if you have questions, make sure to email me directly, Dr. Ryan at insideoutchiro.org. Have a great day.